So I set you a challenge in the last video to see if you could work out how to get the character to stop sliding when he reached one of these targets. And hopefully you worked out how to do it. It is actually quite easy. If you didn't work out how to do it, or you weren't sure where to look, okay, we actually go to enemy 1 and it's under the nav mesh agent. Remember before we actually switched off the auto braking, so we actually set our own stopping distance, which was 0.03. okay, and it's actually far too close to the center of the object, which means that the collider on the outside of the object is triggering the change in the animation, but then the character is still moving until he actually reaches this position. Now if we take a look at one of our target cubes, we can see on the scale that it's roughly 0.1 by 0.1 by 1 on Y. So let's just actually make these 0.1 instead of having all the decimals. That way you can ensure that you have a consistent type of target. All target cubes should be at this scale. So let's do this with this one as well. 0.1, 0.1. Leave the Y as it is, that's perfectly fine. Okay, and on this one I'm going to say 0.1 by 0.1. okay, so that they're all the same. In fact the Y there is 3, I'm just going to change that to 1. Just ensure that it's actually in the ground. Okay, and by doing that we can now go back to our nav mesh agent, and instead of it being 0.03 stopping distance, we just change that to 1. Because we know that 0.1 is the extent of the outer edge, then we can stop that distance from the edge of the box for it to work. Any more than that and the character would never actually reach the edge of the box, would never actually trigger the change in the animation. Okay, so that should work. Equivalent units there. Alright, and the character should no longer slide. Now this is your assignment. What I want you to do is I want you to add another 7 target cubes for this character. So you already have 3. I want you to add another 7, so that makes it a total of 10 target cubes. Move the target cubes wherever you need them to be. You can move them as far away as you want. You can keep them pretty close to each other. It's entirely up to you. Okay, but you will need to modify this script, okay, the enemy move script, in order to take 10 targets instead of 3. Okay, and see what else you need to modify on this script. So that's your target, your assignment rather. See how well you do, and we will cover that in the next video.